Alright, let's get the video up. I gotta check settings as well. And,
No.
A little bit. Not much, but
You want me to risk the seed that I'm pulling in that psycho's class by putting myself on his radar? I mean, that guy goes any more nuts, he's gonna win a Grammy. Hilarious. Where's the chair?
Jim, how do you think you're gonna keep pulling a seed?
oh, that'll probably reset it. I gotta change it from 720 to 1080.
I have you guys.
So,
And guess what, handsome
we're watching Community.
Grady
A lot of it makes sense again, but I hate it when you watch something and then you see something and you can't really talk about it, so.
I'll do it. But when you find my body, don't believe the suicide note.
Okay.
This better not awaken anything in me.
Yeah. I don't know. Oh, hold on.
Is this about now?
Alright.
What do you want, winger?
Risk this seed that I'm pulling in that psycho's class by putting myself on his radar? I mean, that guy goes any more nuts, he's gonna win a Grammy. Hilarious. Where's the chair?
Jim, how do you think you're gonna keep pulling a seed in that?
Alright, so what we're gonna do, I'm gonna try to keep my hand off the mic. And we're gonna do different things here. 42, very important. So there's a cycle that we all do and understand. The more you knew tool. Also, all right, hold on. All right. I have no internet. All right, let's. I know what's the problem. We took blue. Oh, secret tip that no one knows about. Put it up there. Upload those. No. Alright. And then we'll do first class right after that. Tips and tricks, real quick. Alright, so, I ain't no trick. Tricks are for kids, and which is kind of fucked up because we don't pay prostitutes to kids. But anyways, that's what happens when you get an adult. Some of your kids' stuff gets fucked up with you, so the innocence is lost. Alright, so, and that happens with trauma and different, shall I say, things. Alright, so, there's a whole bunch of comments here. I don't know what it is. I'll scroll through, you can pause it. Alright. So, but let's go ahead and go back. Little secret tips and tricks on that one. Wanda. Alright. And then the next one. So this is a SNL. If you bridge SNL, all SNL to this song, that is what we did because this is like Spider. It's called Black Widow, I think. Yeah. So, and then we don't talk about Spider-Man. We stay out of the Marvel and for a comedian anyways. If you review a lot of comedy stuff, it's based off of hours of porn. So, but you don't realize that, and you wonder why you're laughing. It's because you think everyone doesn't understand why you're laughing because they're making a reference, but you're dumb until you get older, and then you know. So, had a little sitch here. When you make a transition for any, it's not even a dominance thing. It's when you start cleaning off your plate, people realize that you're making a move and it is interpreted incorrectly. So, which is always hard. And this isn't the first time this happened. This happened throughout my life. So you start helping one person out, another person gets jealous. And then they start making dominance plays. not flushing the toilet, leaving their shit out in the public area, not taking care of themselves. Now, they may have been doing this throughout life, but they make it quite clear because they leave it where you... Well, I repeat my process over and over again. I'm a man of routine. I stick to a position until everyone understands, and then they start falling in. I get extra stuff, and then they get all jealous type deal. But, and then I always back off. I start losing weight. I start gaining weight, and then people are like, oh shit, something's going to happen. This is freaking me out. He's not telling me what's going on. And it's really nothing. I'm just trying to improve myself. But when you help someone else try to improve themselves, and then other people are like, why aren't you spending more time with me? I don't know you, all right? He was there from the beginning. He was there before me, so I'm trying to bridge gaps and stuff. And then if you get a nice gift for someone because you spend so much time with them, then that person's confused and the other person's confused. So, but anyways, you do certain things for certain individuals. Then you try to get them to wake up and understand that we're all dealing with something. We all have trauma of some sort. My trauma is no more worse than yours. Well, in my opinion, yes, that is true, but I'm not going to fight you over anything because I don't know what you went through. So I'm just going to sit there and take the hit, go to jail, and let the cops figure it out. That's just how it is. I figure jail time always cleans someone up. So... and then they get all pissed off because people bail you out immediately, and then you go sleep in a nice bed, and then they're like, how the fuck did you do that? It's because I was handling the situation. So, but anyways, there was a situation in my RCF, so, and he was just processing some stuff, and I kept telling him, I'm like, there's no problem here. There's no problem. Absolutely no problem. But you need to stop talking bad about everyone and trying to claim dominance, because that's not how you do it. All right, you can talk, you can make, just no. All right, I'm not even going to go over the situation. It ain't my story to tell. So, but we good. He's good. He's a good guy, and I was trying to figure out a way to talk to him and try to help him through at least some tips that I've lived through, but nothing is in comparison to what he's actually lived through. So, but anyways, he's a good guy, kind of mixed up, still hasn't figured out a way to get out of that event, but you know, we all have our own events, and it shows through our actions, and our body shows everyone based on our health conditions. So, and that's a hard one to understand, but if you're watching Community, which I'm going to piece the first one together, and you're probably wondering what's going on, it's the episode after the debate one. So it's in season 1. So, anyways, you get pent up sometimes. You try to find a woman, you try to get it out that way. But if you ain't talking right, that causes you to get that urge, then how are you going to talk right to another woman? So let's just be for real. So, all right. I have no life lessons on this one. I may have something tomorrow, but this is my birthday. I was supposed to be chill. So I relaxed a little. You know, I may have partaked in a little something extra, but that's legal. All right. I didn't do it on campus. I came back. So, just proving a point. There's a right and wrong way. So, you hold your ground, you talk it out. So, and he understood, he backed off, but I was more concerned about him losing his residency based on his actions versus me getting kicked out. I know I could handle something. I got people. So I love you there, bud. Be safe. And one day you may see this and then realize that everything's okay. Just take a breath, look at the surroundings. All right, there was no issues being had. You just need to correct talking trash about someone behind their back. You don't do it. All right, someone's going to step up. So, much appreciated. Bye. All right, so, and I gotta stop doing that. I'm falling back into a safety part of my brain which I don't access, which I've explained to some of my people. I don't explain it to everyone, and this is why my family says, what do you need? What do you need to get through this? Where do you want me? You know, they're very specific. I'm very detailed oriented, and I can talk people through my stuff. I want to talk about building a brand, building you as a person. All right. That's a brand. All right. People hire you not only because you can do something clever or fancy or pretty. It's because they know that when you say something, you'll get it done. Now, here's the problem with working with customers with technical support. A lot of times they don't know. They have a vision, and then the other person says a technical jargon, and you think you know it, but the technical jargon actually means something else. So, and then the next thing is like this miracle stuff is like, listen to my mouth is what that's saying. I know my battery life. I know how the camera is, and when I adjust something, it's like talking to a new person. So, and there's a time and place, and you plant that seed in your thing. Let's go ahead and talk about candles. So if you see my image, it's just like an AI. That's what I was trying to explain. I'm going to try to roll through as much as I can before the battery dies. First, I was using V-Cut. I tied 3 videos together, one 140-second one, and then one 1-minute one, and one 7-minute one. So I'm going to post that one first, even if I got to plug it in and get it done. I'm going to put this link in there as a description, and then just get it done. Let's go ahead and check that protocol. It says 52, but it usually resets. Just see, it'll reset every time. So I'm going to have to work through. I haven't paid for the premium service, I believe. I haven't paid for it, so I don't know the features yet. Not going to touch anything because the last time I did check to see if it's still recording. Alright, it may have paused. I don't know whether this is recording or not. So, brand building. Alright, light. So, you see me, and then inside your head, you meet this person that lights you up. So, you have this image of them. First and foremost, you don't have any back history, which is fine. And when they start pulling back history, you then develop a candle for them. Thing is when that person walks out of your life, that image of them then starts to wilt. You know, like that rose in the Fort Knox. All right, that copy of you in their mind, how they perceived you, is on you to keep that going. Now, the problem is what I found throughout life is, like, you can make deals and stuff, but when you disappear and aren't able to come back into their life because you're dealing with other problems, you're helping other people out, and maybe you know that you didn't have the right answers for that person to move forward. You got to ensure that you have some sort of communication stream that they can fall back onto. And then you let them know you don't get to abuse me inside your head. All right, unless if I give you permission. And it's not for negative connotations. It's like you don't forget the core ideas that I present, because that's who I am. All right, and you can use those. You can reword it, put it in your slang. I don't give 2 shits. But do not forget that I am a good person. Okay, always have been, always will be. I may say some things, but I get the job done every time. So, and I'll sit there, I'll get hit in the head. You know, I'll be at the bar. You talk bad to my lady, I'm going to ask you questions. If you then go into violence and I get hit in the face, everyone's going to step up, and then they're going to ask me to leave as always, because they know that I can make the proper decisions. Now, after that, I may not be welcome in that establishment anymore, but they'll explain. They're like, 1, you stir the hornet's nest. And I'm like, I'm not meaning to, you know that. And they're like, but just respect it. Give it some time. So let them heal. Let them fix the situation. So, as for tech and stuff, I have certain protocols and procedures that my family understands that I know my equipment, I know my tools, I know my position, I know a lot, okay? I know where to be, all right? Sometimes I don't understand why I got to be at a place, but if my family ain't there, I'm going to handle it if I know that it ain't going to jeopardize my life, all right? There's certain things, but if you It's not about fighting. Okay, once you get to that point and you're shining your light, you're building a brain. You're getting that positive karma, but you got to realize that they're going through the same steps you did. All right, so you gotta remember, yeah, even if you did get in a fight or something, you can't do that again. And then if someone didn't ask you to step in, do not step in. If they're working through some trauma, you stand there. If they say something and then they ask you to beat them up, you're like, no, that's not going to happen. But I will step in to make sure no one gets in trouble. Learn how to talk, all right? Be prepared to get hit in the face, all right? People will step up. Do not take things into your own hands, all right? And that goes for everyone that steps up. You hold them down. You wait until the cops get there to handle it. That's it, all right? Do not let them go out and then just belittle someone else and then start beating on them. Not okay. I additionally think, and this is my personal opinion, I understand you got to blow off steam after that. You know, you got to process. Normally, I do what I do and then I go to sleep. So, allowing them to go down a deep, dark rabbit hole off of that, still not okay, but you got to ensure, like me at this residential care facility, I had to make sure that he was okay. I also had to make sure that the documentation was appropriate. You know, I'm not concerned about myself, I'll let him know, but I'm like, he didn't do anything wrong. He was still processing his family stuff. So, and I'm not allowed to talk about that. I did not get permission. But there was trauma, just like we all have it, in some nature or form or definition. It is not, it's not time to compare what's worse than the other. Bad is bad. Okay, and I'm not talking about like, and this is not a joke, but February is the second month of the October, the 14th. Anyways, BAD, there are two clear definitions, all right? There's no comparison both ways. You know, I'm not going to say mine's better than yours. All right. I'm not letting you know. If you overhear a story of me telling my kids something, it is not meant for you. Okay. If you are in earshot, it's because it was an emergency situation. So that's it. All right. Simply walk away if it bothers you. If you start feeling any of the 7 sins, take note. You got to define your list. You got to figure out why that bothered you. All right. And then try to communicate. Say, how did you find this person? So, how did you get to that point? You know, it's not luck. It's because you did the right thing. Your light shines so bright through the darkness that someone was able to find you and help you out. That's it. That's it. It's that simple. So I don't know what type of definitions I'm going to put on this. I'm going to leave it blank until tomorrow. So just be polite. Clean up after yourself. Do not make and I said this before, you do not come in and make the psych ward crazy. You don't stir the hornet's nest for information. You don't stir the hornet's nest to get bonus points. You don't stir the hornet's nest to claim dominance over other crazy people. All right? This is not a competition. Because once you get at the top, you got to defend that, right? And however you got there, you thought you did right. Problem is good people will let you stay up there. You can fight amongst yourselves until my family hears it, until my heart starts hurting. All right? I don't want that radiating out, so that's it. So with the copper tone as well, I didn't explain that very well. So the copper tone, what it does is creates a Faraday cage. And so when your body's healing that area, that's all good, positive white blood cells. So it's putting off this energy, okay? And then the bad energy says, oh, there's a spot that has a bunch of good energy. I'll go ahead and fill that up. So that's what the copper tone does, is it forces that. So that good energy, and then your own body starts producing the bad energy and starts healing itself. So the flow, you know, it just seems regular. There's this dead spot that doesn't have any information, and then just your normal leg, your normal thigh if it's your knee. So and then it gets dissipated with the rest of the body, so you don't get that extra emotional attack. So that idea of the copper tone can be a whole bunch of different things, memories, or a certain food you eat. You can have your little things that protect you and your mind. You purchase that to let people know, but no one's going to know except your personal close ones. So anyways, and then what you do is you just talk about it a little bit, apply different energy, and just simply say you like the product. So it's that simple. It's like you like the brand, that's why I support it. So that's, and I, from day one when doing this, I didn't think I was going to make it. It's been a long time, and I know from now on, past my 42nd year, it's like I got half of my life left, and if everything goes right, it'll be longer than that, and I'll be happy throughout the whole time. So God bless, and I hope that on everyone. So pointer finger only. That was I did a video on my mom's death the morning of, and it's 0x000. So it's pointing to you. Okay, be safe. Do not point fingers during times of hostility. Do not show that dominance. You got to learn how to shut that energy off and stop shaking, because they'll jump on that. It's the way they were trained. Okay, you got to break the habit. God bless. Love you. Bye.